think I'm live. Hello, internet. Is there anybody out there? All right. Oh, let's see. Okay. What's up, everybody? Aaron B. How's it going? Zach Smith. Welcome. Christopher Holder. Vicky, Chris's wife. I am new to keto. Right on. What's up? Hello, everybody. 5 minutes late to my own party. Sorry, guys. All right. I'll wait for some questions to come in and lead me. Axel, what's up? How's your week been, Axel? By Grace Beauty. Great name. How's it going? All right. So what's new, everybody? Coming at you from the Andes of Ecuador, kind of here in the middle of nowhere. The middle of nowhere in the Loja province of Ecuador, southern Ecuador, a few hours from Peru. And the weather's finally changing. We're so excited because it seems this rainy season is coming to an end. And yeah, I don't know like what's on the news, the fake news in the United States and Europe and stuff, but man, South America's gotten walloped this year by rain, especially the Andes. Just the rain has been insane. Piura and several other Peruvian cities were nearly destroyed. I guess Piura is a city in everywhere. It's totally flat, the whole city. And I hear Lima got nailed as well. So I'm sure import prices and prices on a lot of these South American commodities were temporarily up because of the damage that was done. But it seems like maybe we're finally coming out of it. All right. Christopher Holder says key differences between keto and paleo. See, I'm not the best person to answer that. I don't know what paleo even means. What is paleo? What is paleo? Paleo is a marketing term. That's all paleo means to me. It's a marketing term, right? It's like paleo. Oh, my diet's paleo. I don't know. We use the word in our ebook actually because I guess technically the stuff that we do is paleo, but I don't know. I'm not sold on the marketing term of paleo. There's a lot of issues with it. It can be useful. I'm trying to put this camera so it's near the screen that I'm looking at. All right, paleo. What is paleo? I guess paleo is kind of like a whole foods diet. It's a catchphrase that was coined as a marketing term because when you're explaining to people that you shouldn't eat a bunch of processed poisonous crap, I guess some people are really thick-headed and need some sort of a clever marketing gimmick other than just like the crap that you're eating is pumped full of toxins sprayed with glyphosate that chelates the soil, chelates your microbiome, chelates your body, destroys the microbiome in the soil and your body. And these phthalates and packaging and whatnot are loaded with hormone disruptors, and you want to avoid those. So this term paleo kind of came about because it was like, well, you got to eat like the caveman ate. When in reality, this whole paleo thing, people have no idea. We have no idea what early man's diet looked like. In fact, all of the conjecture that's out there about early anthropology, the history of mankind, is completely twisted, much of it falsified and disproven. So, I mean, to say like, oh, well, 20,000 years ago, we didn't have this and that. And this, I mean, there's people who believe that 20,000 years ago, we were just like retarded monkeys and apes coming out of nowhere. Yet when you go around and you look at the ruins of the past, you will look at places like Sacsayhuaman in Peru. When you look at, I mean, there's all over the world, just incredible ruins. The island of Sardinia. I mean, there are these incredible civilizations with highly advanced technologies, not that way back in the distant past. So I don't know, this whole like paleo diet thing, you got to eat paleo. It's kind of silly to me, but I do get the not eating the domesticated diet part of it, right? I mean, it's like this, we have this diet of domesticated foods for domesticated people in a domesticated environment. And yes, it's comfortable, right? It's nice having a paved road. I don't have much of that out here. It's nice getting, having paved roads. It's nice to walk into a grocery store and get whatever type of food you want and not know at all where it comes from. I have no idea how it was grown, what was involved in the production of it. That's something relatively new, we think. But I don't know. Maybe it's not that new. I mean, look at these ruins. Look at the ruins of Mesopotamia. The stories of ancient Babylon. I mean, these are incredibly advanced civilizations, and I don't know. I think the domestication of humans is probably a far older phenomenon than we would know. So the differences between keto and paleo. A paleo diet, I guess, is defined by you're not eating processed foods, and a lot of people say like you can't have dairy on paleo or something like that. No grains, avoiding things like that. Now, most ketogenic diets will be like kind of borderline paleo by nature. I mean, you're eliminating most processed foods on any healthy diet. You're eliminating processed foods. Paleo just being a catchphrase for like a diet where you eat meat and stuff, you eliminate processed foods. Then there's like the vegan diets, like the raw vegan diets, which kind of have a lot of the same ethos about, organic, local, high quality food quality matters and stuff like that. And taking it a huge dogmatic step forward with the vegan and raw stuff. I mean, there's lots of different diets out there. Difference between paleo and keto. Ketogenic diet is a diet that helps you maintain ketosis. Ketogenic diet is a diet that is low in carbohydrates that forces you to burn fats. When you cut carbs low enough, your body will break down fatty acids into ketones, which will fuel most of the brain, and some parts of the brain need glucose. Gluconeogenesis being a beneficial, necessary, not esoteric and, something to be feared. Gluconeogenesis being the process through which the body can convert from the backbone of fatty acids, from the glycerol backbone of fatty acids, or from protein, from amino acids, certain amino acids in protein, not all protein, into glucose so that parts of the brain can use it. A ketogenic diet is different from paleo because paleo is a marketing term. Ketogenic diet is a diet that keeps you in ketosis. All right. Paleo is grain-free and sugar-free, but not low carb. Yeah, exactly. Like paleo is just a marketing term for a diet that's grain-free, sugar-free, whatever. I guess dairy-free, depending on who you ask. I don't know. I don't keep up with it. All right. New to keto for Alzheimer's and migraines. Not really for weight. Fabulous. Lisa Lockhart. What's up? That's awesome. Have you gotten good results in using a ketogenic diet as a therapy? It's a therapeutic approach for, staving off things like Alzheimer's and migraines. How's that been for you? I know many people whose migraines have been significantly helped through ketogenic diet. I don't know anybody who's, had Alzheimer's symptoms reversed from it, but I've heard anecdotal evidence, and I guess there's a significant amount of scientific evidence now as well for a ketogenic diet being very beneficial due to the neuroprotective qualities of it, being very beneficial for Alzheimer's. All right, we have so many people. This is crazy. Wow. All right, we've got Tony Hammond from Memphis, Tennessee. What's up? By Grace Beauty. What's up, By Grace? I already said hi to you. 3 Brewster, Evelyn, Tony, Inception Plumbing, Denise Campbell, Amber Lemaster. Hello, everybody. Carl Smith, how's it going? All right. Is almond butter legit? Obviously, without additives. Inception Plumbing, almond butter is legit. It's legitimately almond butter, probably. Yeah, but I guess what you're asking me is if on a ketogenic diet, can you have almond butter? Yeah, you can have almond butter on a ketogenic diet. You're probably going to have to watch those carbs in the almond butter because those can creep up quickly. Remember, on a ketogenic diet, you have to keep the carbs low enough to where you're burning fat. For most people, keep carbs under like 30 grams net carb in the beginning. Some people can handle more, some people less, but that's a good blanket statement, which, for diet and lifestyle, you can't really make blanket statements. But for the most part, most people will be in ketosis on 30 grams net carbs and under. So just make sure that almond butter doesn't creep up. And it's really because almond butter is so, as you said yourself, legit, because it's so legit, because it's so delicious, it's very easy to open a thing of almond butter and just take the whole thing down. So, I mean, if fat loss is the goal, some people want to avoid things like almond butter, or make sure to just use a little self-control and do some portion control. And there she is, everybody. There she is, Jessica and Ryder. Hey, what's up, Ryder? Missed you. What's up? Jessica put out a video today of a full day of eating yesterday. I guess a bunch of people were liking that.
Dude, y'all should watch it.
Y'all better watch that.
Y'all better.
Y'all better watch. All right. On keto, should I still be in a calorie deficit? What's your goal, man? Ali. On keto, should I still be in a calorie deficit? That depends on the context, my friend. If you want to lose body fat, then yeah, you're going to need a deficit. No matter what diet you're on, physics and energy balance, just kind of that thing where like you have a balance beam, you put something heavier on one side, lighter on the other. The laws of balance, the laws of physics, the laws of energy balance still apply. I know that there's a lot of people out there preaching the magic of keto as if keto makes nothing else matter. I mean, there's people out there putting books out saying that keto is a cure for this and that when there's no substantial evidence for it. Hey, I don't know. Calorie deficit and keto. Calories count. Do calories count on a ketogenic diet? Look, I know the whole calories in, calories out thing is like this funny rhetoric game that people play, right? Calories in, calories out. Oh, it's just calories in, calories out. Well, just tell somebody to restrict their calories. The average person who needs to lose 100 pounds, go tell them, restrict your calories. Then you lose weight, dummy. And see how much weight they lose. See how much body fat they lose. It's usually not successful. You know why? Because there's a lot more things happening there and making us want to eat those calories that people are so keen to count. Now, on a ketogenic diet, of course, if you overeat, you get fatter. If you don't eat as much as you burn body fat. So, I mean, just on any diet, you can burn body fat on any diet. That's another thing. This magic keto rhetoric on the internets seems to make people think that, you know, if you're not in ketosis, you can't lose weight. If you're not in ketosis, you're a failure. If you're not in ketosis, you're screwed. You're going to get Alzheimer's. You're gonna, people are crazy right now. Anytime that there's something that becomes popular, lots of people latch onto it. And what that usually entails is people who don't fully understand it regurgitating information. Regurgitating a bunch of keto gobbledygook. Calories count on a ketogenic diet. That doesn't mean that you just count your calories and it's all going to be good. A ketogenic diet helps you eat less calories. You know why? Because it induces satiety. You're not hungry when you're on keto. The signaling molecules, beta-hydroxybutyrate and the other ketone bodies, actually signal to your body that you're not hungry, that you don't. They're anti-inflammatory properties to them as well. There's all kinds of great benefits to a ketogenic diet, but unfortunately, one of those benefits is not a complete reversal of the laws of physics. Sorry, guys. Calories count. So, when you're formulating your ketogenic diet, if you want to lose body fat, that 80% fat that everybody's telling you about and confusing you about, well, I need 80% fat. So if I have, like 8 ounces of protein, I must eat, 4 times that in fat, ounces of fat per day. It's like, no, we're talking about grams and macros here. And 80% fat doesn't have to come from your plate. Some of that fat can come from your body. So you can burn body fat for that 80% fat dogma. All right. What's up, everybody? So many new people. Tony Hammond, what is chelation? Chelation is the removal of heavy metals. Chelation. The binding and removing of metals. Glyphosate does that to your soil. Removes manganese, removes valuable minerals that you need to grow good food. It's patented as an antibiotic. And its primary mechanism as an antibiotic is chelation. It chelates the soil, blocks up minerals. The bacteria don't have minerals to feed on, therefore they die. Therefore, the soil you spray that on dies. Therefore, you destroy most of the soil in the world and monopolize the seed industry. How crazy. All right. Do you take high doses of fish oil? No, I do not. I don't take high doses of fish oil. I don't take fish oil at all. I eat fish. It's a very controversial thing. Very strange concept, right? That rather than taking a supplement, that most of them are rancid, I just eat fish. I love fish. I just had fish for dinner. For lunch rather, with Ariana. We had some swordfish and some sea bass, and one of them had this like garlic sauce, this cream garlic sauce, and the other one had this more like peppery red sauce. It was delicious. It was so good. But yeah, I eat fish. I don't eat that fish oil stuff. I don't waste my money on that crap. I eat fish. It's got iodine and selenium right there that actually prevent the DHA, the polyunsaturated fatty acids, which are highly, what's the word? They're highly unstable. They're easily oxidized. The iodine and selenium are antioxidants that protect it from oxidation. How nice! How convenient that nature puts fish for us to eat rather than fish oil. All right. Nate Sport lost 50 pounds on keto. Feels strong. I'm always adjusting macros because I weight train and practice jiu-jitsu. Hard to know if I'm overtraining or just not eating enough. Any tips to go from 20% body fat, 10% body fat for someone who's been 30 to 35% for years? All right, congratulations, man. 30 to 35% body fat for years, dropping down to a 20% body fat. 50 pounds on keto down. Nate Sport, N8 Sport. Way to go, man. Congratulations. What you're doing is obviously working. What I will say is from 20% to 10% isn't going to take longer than from 30% to 20%. It's just how it goes. The less fat you got to lose, the slower it happens. And, your body's used to being at that 35% body fat. Your body's used to carrying around 50 pounds more of weight. Give yourself some time, bud. Think about this, for instance. You've got your body and you've got your skeletal muscle. That skeletal muscle tissue is wrapped in sheaths of myelin-like material. It's got collagen networks all throughout it that send electricity through the body, that are electrified piezoelectrically, just like your bones. This collagen network electrifies the water in your body and sends electricity all throughout it. The shape of your collagen, the shape of your fascia tissue in your body is completely changed now. Think about your hips. Think about how different your hip girdle is now that you've lost 50 pounds. How many inches off your waist is that? Think about all the nerves and everything that's in there, all the sensitive little parts that are in there that you can feel and the ones that you can't have shrunk down and changed their form and changed the way they move through space. The whole kinetic chain is changed. So I'd say the best thing to do, you just dropped 50 pounds, is continue doing what you're doing. Don't try and go too aggressively. Don't be in this crazy hurry. Make sure your body is functioning biomechanically as you drop the weight. So, yeah. Zach Smith says, new lover of sardines thanks to keto. Thanks to keto or thanks to me? My brainwash you into eating sardines? All these people, man. I get these crybabies crying, oh, sardines, it's so gross. These people in the comments. I guarantee you 90% of these people never even tried sardines. Crying about things. Now, who has time to make a comment on a YouTube video talking about that food looks gross? I don't like sardines. I don't like avocado. Who has time to make these comments? It's absurd. I feel like these can't be people. This has to be like bots that throw these comments out. Because my audience, if you haven't noticed, I talk to my audience like they're intelligent people because I know they're intelligent people. If you're watching this, you're probably already questioning some of the dogma that you've held before about diet, lifestyle, stuff like that. And if you enjoy watching this, you've got to have some glimmer of consciousness to actually receive what I'm saying and not just get butthurt offended. So yeah, my audience is highly intelligent and I really appreciate it. But it's funny to get these people that drop in. They'll drop the dumbest comments. Sardines, ew. Oh. What are you doing on the internet? Who gave you a keyboard? All right, thoughts on a zero carb approach. Harvey Heil, that's a good question. Thoughts on a zero carb approach. There's people who swear by it. There's people who love it. Me personally, I don't see a reason why I don't know. I don't see a reason to do it. There's days where I won't have vegetables. It just can take it takes extra time to make them. I just realized I was tapping on the back of the microphone, probably making all kinds of sounds. Sorry, guys. There's days when I don't eat a lot of vegetables or any vegetables. Yeah, I don't know. 0 carb diet. If it works for you, if you've come upon it, that's cool. But just because like low carb, see, there's different reasons people would get into it. There's different reasons that people would be attracted to a 0 carb diet. Some people are legitimately really sensitive to things like salicylates and stuff like that. If you see my interviews with Andrew Scarborough, who was using a ketogenic diet, a 0 carb diet. Ooh, so that's swordfish. A 0 carb diet in order to treat as an adjunct therapy his seizures and maintain stable brain chemistry after a major brain tumor that he had. So he's using it as an adjunct therapy for cancer treatment. And he finds that a 0 carb approach works really well for him. Of course, he's having to do things like magnesium and keep his electrolytes in line. And he's doing a lot of funky foods to keep his balance in his diet. I don't know. You know what's cool? The original guy, the original 0 carb diet guru, you know who he is? A guy named Owsley is his nickname. Owsley Stanley, Bear Owsley Stanley. Look up Owsley. Interesting guy. But yeah, the 0 carb approach, hey, if it works for you and you enjoy it, I'm not going to bash it. It's not for me. And, when I'm working with clients and stuff, it's not something that I'm versed enough in or know how to do in a balanced way and would recommend to anybody. So, yeah, not something I do. Michael Weisenauer says, don't forget to like the video. Thank you. You're saying the things I'm supposed to say, right? I'm supposed to be like up here and act all fake and like, hey, like my video, guys. It really helps. No. Hey, if you like it, right? All right. Hello from Pakistan. Just started keto for weight loss. I do weight training. What exercise and snacks do you suggest? Good snacks to eat. All right, dude. You're starting keto for weight loss. Congratulations. Hello in Pakistan, all the way across the world in South America. The reason I laugh is because I know you're not going to like my answer. What snack should I eat? Look, man, if you're working with me, if I was one of my clients, I'd tell you no snacks. Do 3 meals a day, no snacks, eat first thing in the morning, hit your macros. Hey, you're doing weight training. That's great. That's fine for exercise. Do it safely. Use good biomechanics. Maybe look into some kettlebell movements and some more dynamic movements to help your body assimilate as you're dropping the weight to help you stay mobile, flexible, stuff like that. Snacks, you try to lose body fat, you got a lot to lose. Better drop that snack habit. As soon as you drop that snack habit, you're going to start getting better results. Krita17 says moon cheese. Salami and cream cheese. Moon cheese. I can see it. All right. Deanna says, I hear many say, eat more fat all the time. I ask hubby to cut fat in our coffee. I agree. One has to not overeat fat calories. Yeah, oh yeah, you're not in ketosis, you better eat more fat. You're not getting weight loss, you're not getting fat loss. Not weight loss, fat loss. You're not losing body fat. You should eat more fat and eat less protein. That's the stuff that people are putting out there. I hope nobody takes that seriously. I'm joking because it's absurd. Protein brings satiety. Protein makes you not hungry. Yes, fat, if you eat lots of MCTs and stuff like that, you can push your blood ketones up, but more ketones doesn't mean more fat loss. More ketones does mean less hunger. But if you're pushing down your hunger by eating fat, it's like the snake eating its own tail. 0 carbs will be lacking nutrients, says Krita17. Talk to Andrew Scarborough, though. You know what I'm saying? 0 carb for many people will be lacking nutrients because some people will get into it because they're like, oh, okay, low carb diet. Good. I'm so extreme. I'm so rad. I'm going for it. 0 carb diet. Yeah. Then make it like 3 or 4 weeks. They just eat steaks every day and they get bored. They crash. Their electrolytes are out of balance. They feel wacky. So, yeah, I don't know. Zach Smith. What's up? Deanna. Audrey. Hello. Audrey says, I find fish amazingly energizing, like a drug, LOL. Instant clarity. Fish is energizing. Isn't that crazy? Like if you go, say you're going to have lunch and you're going to eat a big lunch. and you're going to go to a restaurant or something. The difference that you'll feel from if you have something like a steak, like a big steak. Say you eat, 200-gram steak, big old half-pound steak, 8-ounce steak. You're going to feel way more sluggish than if you ate 8 ounces of swordfish and sea bass like Ariana and I just had. Guaranteed. Fish inhibit actually some of the fatty acids in fish, namely DHA, the most important fatty acid, the most important fat that you can get in. And it actually helps to burn body fat. And I'll tell you how in a second. Tell you how right now. It inhibits glycolytic enzymes. So DHA actually inhibits glycolysis and thus will aid in ketosis. But the gurus out there are going to tell you, if you eat more than 15 grams of protein in a sitting, you'll be out of ketosis. And if you're out of ketosis, somebody else on the internet told me you're never going to lose weight. So you can't eat protein. Avoid that fish and eat a bunch of fat. Don't do that. If you're trying to lose body fat, understand protein is a tool to induce satiety, to maintain lean muscle mass, to build more lean muscle mass, to make hormones like human growth hormone, and do all kinds of important things in the body. Protein in excess, which is almost never defined by these gurus. Protein in excess does not automatically turn to sugar. It doesn't automatically turn to glucose, but some of the amino acids may be, they may be turned into glucose through gluconeogenesis, which is required for ketosis, which keeps us alive, which makes it so that we don't have to constantly be eating to maintain stable blood sugar. Oh. What is this gibberish this guy's talking about? All right. Anyways, yeah, fish is energizing, inhibits glycolytic enzymes, can aid in ketosis, and is one of the most beneficial amino acid profiles for anabolism, for building muscle tissue, which is not always everybody's goal, but is usually beneficial to maintain or build some lean muscle mass. And yeah, like Zach Smith said, sardines are a great source of it. Wild-caught sardines are readily available all over. They got a short life cycle. They're very small. They don't accumulate a lot of toxins, and they're delicious. They taste so good. Hey, so did that big old swordfish I had earlier too, though, and I feel good. All right, Krita 17. What's up? Okay, let's see what else. John Pruitt says, absolutely loving the cookbook. Whew! Right on. Carl Smith, see you later, man. Carl's taking off. Thank you so much, John. For those of you who haven't checked out the cookbook, you must. I mean, my wife spent like over a year and a half. I'm pretty sure she spent over a year and a half. She tells me it wasn't that long. I'm pretty sure it was over a year and a half making this book, The Ketogenic Edge Cookbook, a training manual for low carb, ketogenic, and paleo cuisine. There you go. The Ketogenic Edge Cookbook is available exclusively at primaledgehealth.com. You're not going to find it on Amazon. You're not going to find it anywhere else. It's available exclusively and independently from primaledgehealth.com. And it is, we call it a training manual, not just because like we think it's a cute word. We call it a training manual because it is legitimately a training manual. There's an entire section on how to use spices. I mean, we made a book that was basically like, all right, if we were starting keto right now, what is the book that we would have wanted to have? And this is it. It's a training manual for a keto kitchen. So yeah, check it out. Available exclusively at primaledgehealth.com. And also, we put out a video today. Jessica shot it and edited it. I haven't even seen it yet. What a jerk. She put a, what's it called? Full day of eating video. Full day of Jessica, super mom, who's breastfeeding her 7-month-old, who is drinking an insane amount of milk and then gnawing on her all the time, and carrying this kid around. She's baby carrying so much. She just throws him in her chest, and he takes naps there while she walks around and does stuff. She's crazy. Super mom. She did a full day of eating yesterday, and yeah, you can check that out on our YouTube channel. Let's see what else here. Clint Deck, pre-workout energy boost advice. Breathe. Breathe fast, deep. Warm yourself up. Pump yourself up with energy. Stop relying on energy, drugs, caffeine, stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with caffeine. Nothing wrong. You choose to use drugs, whatever. But you can pump yourself up with energy naturally. And that's what's awesome. So if you can find your triggers, you can find those trigger spots in your consciousness to stoke that fire and to get yourself hyped up to work out, hyped to move around, hyped to live life without having to take a pre-workout and do all this stuff, then you're in much better condition. But I mean, there's not like, I don't know. I don't do pre-workouts, so I don't know. I'm not the guy to ask. Black coffee, if you're gonna have coffee. Putting fat in your coffee doesn't make anything happen magically. It doesn't do anything. You just put fat in your coffee. Not doing anything else other than that. All right. How's ghee for keto? That's a good question. Ghee is great for keto. Then she says, how's ghee for Leto? I don't know. Maybe Jared Leto likes ghee. I'm not a big fan of Jared Leto. All right. What's the best way to mix your maca with cacao powder? That's a good question. You're probably going to want to put it in, if you're going to mix maca and cacao, you might want to have cacao butter. Mix in maca with cacao powder and cacao butter. You can make like 100% chocolate or coconut oil. Yells Jessica from the other room. Glad to know you're listening. Yeah, make some chocolate. Mix it with cacao butter. Look on our website. There are several recipes for keto chocolate. Look on the website, seriously. PrimalEdgeHealth.com, some keto chocolate recipes. Fantastic. Okay. Can you gain muscle as a lifting noob while dropping body fat on keto? Great question, Aiden Neal. And you're going to like the answer because it's absolutely yes. You can drop body fat. You can gain muscle. And you can do that while being a noob and while being on keto. So, bud, do it, man. Keep going. You can gain muscle. Lifting as a noob. Lifting as a new lifter, you can gain like 15 pounds in a year if you got the prime genetics. So yeah, go for it. Losing body fat and gaining muscle at the same time is possible. And it's especially easier for people just starting to lift weights and people who have a significant amount of body fat to lose. If you're pretty lean and like, you know, you've been lifting for a while, like for me to lose body fat and gain muscle at the same time, it's more difficult than it would have been at the very beginning when I first started, you know, strengthening my body, lifting weights, and doing a ketogenic diet. Not that you need keto to drop body fat or gain muscle, but you can do both of those on a ketogenic diet, my friend. All right. Sylvain Bausch says, Maca is the bomb. Yeah, I agree. Maca is the Maca. For those of you talking about maca, I see a lot of people. Zach Smith says just got his maca yesterday. The maca is only going to be available for another couple weeks, maybe 3 more weeks. If we're lucky, 3 more weeks. There's only a few units left. So if you enjoyed the maca, that's in 1 kilo bags, and the 1 kilo bags are about as much as people sell 1 pound for, and it's better quality than anything out there on the market, guaranteed, because it's 100% pure maca, straight from the farms in Peru. If you want more maca, you know, get it now, after now, which is the middle of May 16th. We're not going to have 1 kilo bags. We might have some maca in soon, but it won't be that price. It will be the same quality if we get more, if we decide to do more. But yeah, sorry guys, maca's on its way out because it's been in such high demand and everyone's been loving it. So thanks. Karmic Wheel says, greetings, Earthlings, with an alien face. Your channel rocks, RAWKS. What's a good diet to develop more muscle for someone from Nibiru? Great question. If you're from Nibiru, you're going to need an ample supply of Anunnaki-approved gold. So you're going to want to powderize that gold powder, and preferably it should be blessed by a super spiritual shaman that's totally done ayahuasca and calls ayahuasca Aya because he's done it so many times. And when he sees people that are like acting super unconscious, he should definitely say, that person needs to do Aya. So yeah, if you're from Nibiru, for sure, that's the best diet. Pure Anunnaki gold from Zachariah Sitchin's plagiarized, not even plagiarized, but just made up, made up stories. Zachariah Sitchin. I can't believe people took that guy seriously, man. Zachariah Sitchin, that was huge for a while too, wasn't it? Nibiru, the Anunnaki. All right, I'm in Pakistan, was wondering, how can I engage with you for sessions? How does that work? Rizwan Khan. Dude, Rizwan Khan, that's your name? Might have to give you a discount for coaching because your name is so awesome. If that's really your name, Rizwan Khan, that's like a video game name, right? Is it too late to change my son's name to Rizwan Khan? Jessica, can I change Ryder's name to Rizwan Khan? Rizwan Khan. You should see it on paper. It kind of sounds cooler. All right. We're on computer. Rizwan Khan. Go to primaledgehealth.com. Go to the coaching section. There's an entire breakdown of how coaching works there. You can email me through the contact form, the coaching page, and we can see if we'd be a good fit, and we can see about getting started. Pakistan, I don't know what your time zone is. I don't have any clients in Pakistan right now, but I work with people in the UAE, Saudi Arabia. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we can link up. We'll figure it out. You're probably like 8 to 12 hours ahead of me. Maybe less. Lubos Poolpen says, does Maca help me to increase low testosterone levels? No. Maca doesn't directly act on hormones. You got low testosterone, you got to change your lifestyle. You can't take any herb. Like you could go take like, Tonkat Ali, Maca, all these adaptogens and herbs and hope that your T goes up. But what are you covering up? Like what, you know what I'm saying? There's an energy leak that's being covered up by those herbs, and you should get to the source of it. Why are your testosterone levels low? Are you overweight? I mean, when you lose body fat, testosterone levels can increase. Are you sedentary? Are you depressed? Are you eating an inflammatory diet? There's a lot of different things that can affect that. Do you live in an area where there's a lot of pollution? Is there a lot of you got 5G towers blasting you all the time? I mean, these things will affect the body. It's known. So let's see. What was the question? What was the question? Please repeat the question. And I'm looking at a line of 1,000. The human mind, the labyrinth of the mind. All right. Benjamin says, have I noticed a change in body fat distribution after many months of low-carb dieting? While I'm still carrying fat and my man boobs are less, but I don't know what you're asking, man. That sounds like a statement, not a question. Krita says, I try to get most of my fats in at the morning, then throughout the day. I drop the fat a little bit and mainly have protein. That's actually a really good strategy. You want to induce satiety early in the day and eat a bulk of the calories earlier in the day for your circadian rhythm. There have been lots of studies. One of these recent studies that I was looking at, I just read the abstract, but it was talking about feeding late in the day versus feeding early in the day under the same protein conditions, the same macro spread and everything. People who ate earlier in the day lost more body fat than people who ate late. So yeah, you want to eat, before you go to bed, you don't want your stomach full. You want to be digested, and then you want to rest. Zaker8 says, more vids on what you eat in your training, please. All right. More vids on what, I've done a lot of videos on what we eat lately. Check out the last few weeks, man. Thanks for the suggestion. Training. Have not been training that much lately, and I've been just training like intuitively, kind of. I'll grab some kettlebells, or I'll do some bent over rows, or shoveling gravel or whatever. I mean, I haven't been doing that much training. It's been more lifestyle stuff. I've been working with my hands a little bit more, and I've got kids. Got 2 kids. I throw my daughter around. I throw my baby son around. Hey, if you're living right, straight up training sometimes isn't necessary. I don't mean right. That sounds like a judgment call, right? But if you're living a balanced lifestyle, training isn't always necessary, right? Like I know lots of my friends and work with their hands, work outside. They don't get fat, and they don't need to train to get really fit and have muscle because they're using their body all the time. I don't know. Lately, it's been more of that for me. Can definitely do some more food videos, and maybe when I do train, I can just do a quick video of just training throughout the day. But the thing is, the way that I train, it's usually I'll walk outside, there's a kettlebell, do some kettlebell swings, do a few sets, do whatever, and then move on. It's not like I sit there for an hour and pump out 5 sets of 5 on bench press, anything like that, like I used to do in the past. Haven't been doing any of that. So the very act of showing my training now would change my training, because just getting the camera and setting it up, you're doing something to set the mood in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? I guess what I'm getting at is it wouldn't be very honest if I tried to make a training video right now. Be showing you something. That doesn't make any sense, probably. Whatever. All right. Does keto increase libido? Does ketosis increase libido? Keto for your libido. Context, right? Context. For some people whose hormones are really shot, for some people whose testosterone is really low, ketogenic diet can increase it. testosterone, sex hormones require cholesterol to make them. So getting plenty of dietary cholesterol, you've got lots of substrate to make those hormones. Some people can get an increase in libido on keto. Some people would get a decrease because they could throw themselves into like a huge deficit. They could be stressing themselves out in all these other ways, and then they pull the glucose out and their body gets even more stressed. So for some people, it's not always so cut and dried. But hey, why don't you try? You know, it's a whole lifestyle approach. If you want your libido to increase, what is libido? Like, what is libido? You know what else affects libido? Are you depressed? Are you living in shame or in fear of something? I mean, that will decrease, that will tank your libido, tank your hormones. It's not all just like a diet thing. Okay. Hey man, can I eat less fat than protein? Sure. You can eat more carbs than fat. You can eat more carbs than protein. You can eat whatever you want. But if you're trying to lose body fat, I mean, yeah, if you're trying to lose body fat and be in ketosis, as long as you're not just eating these insane amounts of protein, yes, of course you can eat more protein than fat and lose body fat. You don't need to eat a bunch of fat to lose body fat. Michael Clark says, why do vegans keep saying that a keto diet is killing kids and making your blood acidic? I don't know. I mean, are these vegans? I don't think these are even vegans who say this stuff. These are kids on the internet. People don't realize now that every 14-year-old in the world has an internet connection and loads of free time, and they're sitting on their freaking phones in like school all day just trolling. And people don't understand that most of the vegans that you're seeing are between the ages of 14 and 28, and that 28 is an incredibly stunted 28. A lot of these people you see commenting, "Oh, you're eating this diet, you're gonna die. It's gonna cause your heart to explode, and you kill these animals." And I mean, it's just this stupid, holier than thou, you know, false reality that they're trying to play online. I just ignore those people. You know, I mean, where's the evidence that, what did you say, that keto is killing kids and making your blood acidic? There's something called ketoacidosis. That's something that happens without a ketogenic diet in diabetics who get runaway blood glucose with runaway blood ketones because their body doesn't know what's going on and can't make insulin at all. That's ketoacidosis, but it doesn't happen to, not even type 2 diabetics got to deal with that. So they take this, they blow it out of proportion. They take it out of context. They don't even understand what they're talking about. And they're just repeating things on the internet that they hear from Dorian Ryder and stuff like that. And like Freely the Banana Whore. Yeah. They're not, most of them aren't even vegans for more than like a few days. Like, I just went vegan. I like my puppy. I hang out in my basement all day. I love my dog. Like, I could never eat an animal. People who eat animals are the problem in the world that I've never explored or been in for very long. I'm sorry, guys. This has deteriorated into me just making fun of the trolls on the internet. All right, here we go. Let's get some more content questions. Let's get some good ones. Can you build muscle if you only eat one big meal a day? Yes, you can. That meal is going to have to be pretty big, and you might not digest that well. So you can build muscle eating a meal a day, but will you maximize muscle building? No. To maximize muscle building, you're going to be wanting to eat multiple meals a day. To maximize it. Just to build some muscle, sure, you could do that. Let's see. Gives your opinion on booze. Gives your opinion on booze. Gives your opinion on booze. I don't know. There's a time and a place. There's a time and a place for everything, son. The good drugs and the bad drugs. Time and a place for everything. I don't drink right now. I mean, like, it's not like I don't drink. I will never drink, something like that. But I don't like drinking very much. I don't think it's very productive. It annoys me that it's kind of the chosen sacrament of our society, but it makes sense given the nature of our society right now. You know, drunken on the own distorted image of itself, not even understanding it's eating the floor out from underneath itself. Ted Pershall says, suffering from low T for years. Will keto lifestyle help naturally improve testosterone level with my T therapy? Give it a try, man. A keto lifestyle can decrease inflammation, which is less of a burden on the endocrine system. It can provide more substrate to create that testosterone, but Is your body going to be able to create it? That's up to you and your lifestyle. You got to take it from different angles. Challenge the body sometimes, you know. You got to, lifting weights can increase testosterone levels. Activating certain muscle groups, especially the posterior chain, activating your glutes, your hamstrings, and your legs can increase testosterone as well. Getting enough sleep. You need to get enough sleep. Like, that's probably the first thing I would look at is your sleep cycle. Try to optimize your sleep cycle. Get better sleep. All right. Any negative effects on cholesterol levels due to high fat consumption when in ketosis? I'm of the opinion. All right. So if I'm not a doctor, I'm not, giving medical advice, but I'm not worried at all about higher cholesterol. I'd be way worried to have low cholesterol. Just some facts. Among centenarians, people who live over 100 years, centenarians have high cholesterol. Among heart attack sufferers, people who have been under attack from the heart. They finished that sentence without augmenting the beginning of it. People who suffered heart attacks, the ones who survive higher cholesterol levels bring higher survival rates. Heart attack sufferers, people who have heart attacks, the ones who survive tend to have higher cholesterol. People with high cholesterol have lower all-cause mortality rates than people who have lower cholesterol. But, of course, statins are super important, and they're super, super profitable. You look a lot like Olympic wrestling champion Kyle Snyder. I've never heard of Kyle Snyder, but thank you. Sounds like a winner. Olympic wrestling champion. Thank you. Benjamin Scally, can keto benefit the unpreferable distribution of body fat, like a decrease in breasts in men? All right, man. Trying to get rid of the man boobs. Hormone imbalance, as well as, of course, having excess body fat. So dropping the body fat will definitely help get rid of those man boobs. Getting your hormones right, getting that testosterone up, getting sufficient rest, sleeping, and allowing your body to create testosterone, having stimulation that makes you create testosterone, like challenging yourself mentally, psychologically, spiritually. This is, what is testosterone? It's just like libido. It's a proxy for energy. It's a proxy for measuring your energy levels, your vitality levels. When you got low life force, you got no libido. You don't want life. You don't want more. You don't want connection when you got low life force. No, you don't want life. You don't want intensity. You want the intense connection of, what happens when you get high libido. You don't want that when you're depressed. High testosterone, similar. Low testosterone. You're depressed, your T is going to be low. You're lazy, your T is going to be low. If you're lazy, you're probably depressed. But decreasing inflammation, getting your diet dialed in, taking care of yourself, and actually just taking the steps to actually take care of your vessel and love yourself and treat yourself better. All of these things are just as important for boosting T levels as, anything else. So like I said before, 100 times, it's all about a whole lifestyle approach. Peace waves, not to beat this dead horse, but how do internet keto groups find middle ground? Seems like either super strict, measuring blood, etc., versus eat whatever chemicals, but keep carbs under 30. Peace weaves. That's your name. Peace weaves. The internet is a place where hyperbole and extremes capture a lot of attention. So most people, and actually, here's the big secret to the success of my channel. I speak the truth, and I just keep it like I tell you the truth. I tell you what I think, I tell you what I feel, and I don't lie to you when I'm not sure of something. I'm not going to pretend I'm sure of something. You know what I'm saying? I filter through these things. I could be wrong about anything I've said in the past, and I've come to terms with that because I'm human. I'm not trying to be right about everything. But of course, I want the good information. I want to share with you guys the real deal. So the secret to the success of this is I tell the truth. I tell it like I see it. Sure, other people are sharing their experiences too. There's loads of people who don't want to worry about food quality, who are, just eat whatever, bro. Pop-Tarts, if it fits your macros, you'll lose weight, and all that matters is that I look like this. There's people that think like that and that behave like that. That's not my audience. I'm not going for them. I make fun of it all the time. I don't care. You know, I'm trying to extract anything from that audience. I don't want to give them anything. They don't care about my information. My audience is for the people who are reasonable, who are intelligent, and who explore these things on their own and ask questions like me. They're trying to speak to people that are like me out there, guys. Let's see. How do they find middle ground? They don't find middle ground a lot of the times. The people with the most extreme opinions, holler them from the highest mountaintop and everywhere, all over everybody. Also, those are the people who really don't know what they're talking about half the time. There's people who latch on to something and they want to be right and they want to feel empowered in some way in their life. And the internet allows people to play these virtual reality games and to play these virtual reality ego games. And Facebook is a cesspool for that. So, I mean, look, if you're trying to stay sane, just stay off of freaking Facebook. You know, I mean, stay off of it. Middle ground in the keto groups, like there's the only keto group, I've said this so many times, like the only keto group like on Facebook or anything that I would ever recommend would be Luis's and Tyler's gig, Keto Gains. Keto Gains, those guys they're good dudes. They're nice people. You know, they're always talking about eating a whole foods, nutrient dense diet, not eating a bunch of junk food. And of course, like, you know, they don't say anything ridiculous like calories don't matter. All that matters is you measure your blood ketones, you're in ketosis. They don't give you disinformation like that. They help people out. So yeah, Keto Gains, if you're looking for like a middle ground, hit up the homie Luis on Keto Gains. All right. There's so much. Thanks to everybody for watching. There's so many people. When I've got so many people watching, it actually makes it hard for me to cut this off. You know, I get so many questions. So I'll do a few more. My mouth's getting tired and I'm going to let this go soon. All right. Let's see. Moni Chippewa says, I'm new here, have lots to lose, and just not eat so much fat and just burn it from my body? Or do I need to be eating some to get results? Does your book cover this? All right. If you eat zero fat, you'll burn a bunch of body fat, but you're going to be so stressed out, right? It's about creating a deficit through the fats. That's a nice, healthy balance so that you can lose fat long term. So yes, you eat some fat, but not, you probably don't need, 250, 300, 200 grams of fat. If you're trying to lose body fat, you got a long way to go. So, find that healthy medium. Can't just give you macros. I don't know what's going on, but, and I got plenty of clients who, who pay me to look into their lifestyle and help them dial it in for them. So I can't just throw out flippantly, give you macros, but, yeah, get enough protein. You can burn body fat, but don't starve yourself of fat. Don't starve yourself of caloric energy because you need some from the diet, so you're not so stressed. All right. Okay, guys. All right, here you go. Innate Sports says, I hear all the time, keto adapted, want to lose fat to cut the fat. Essentially putting yourself in a major calorie deficit. I find this difficult. Try for 1 month I don't know what you're saying, Nate. You need to be in a deficit to lose body fat. But if you create a huge deficit, of course it's difficult, no matter what diet you're on. So you got to find a comfortable medium. And keto, for most people, allows them to not be hungry and create that deficit comfortably, easily, and for a long, long time. Paradoxical axiom. What's up? All right. Let's see. Shaitanya Mahajan says, I'm on 8th day of my keto diet, but still haven't suffered from keto flu. Is there any chance that it'll happen now? Congratulations. You're on the 8th day of keto diet and you're feeling good still. No keto flu. Yeah, it doesn't happen to everybody. That's why I don't hype this stuff up. Like, oh, keto flu. You don't have to worry about it. Most people, especially if you got a lot of body fat to lose, most people don't have that hard of a time adapting to ketosis. It's not that crazy hard. I don't know why people think it's so hard. So yeah, I'm glad you're doing well. No, you don't look out for it. Don't look out for, for problems. Look out for the solutions. Look out for ways to optimize your situation so that you can get to that goal better. Instead of, don't look out for things that are going to mess up your progress. Michael Clark says, veganism is a religion, really, isn't it? Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, in every sense of the word. Andrew says, we have the vegan creed. Trust in the holy asparagus. Flesh gobblers must be annihilated. Yeah, right. It's the peace. Isn't it funny? It's always the peaceful vegans who are there telling you how they hope you get cancer and they hope you die and how they hate people and how the human population's too high. And they want to, it's people who hate themselves. They want to turn that hatred for themselves onto the world, which is what causes, psychopathy and everything. So these are just internet basement psychopaths who are enacting their self-flagellation in front of everybody, eating a nutrient deficient diet that destroys their health, and promoting it and promoting genocide on the internet. I mean, that's what these people are doing. The same vegans are always talking about like the world's overpopulated, like, kill people. Like, oh, I'm all about protecting the animals, bro. Like, dude, these animals suffer so much. Like, have you seen the video that's on the internet of the animals that are suffering so much? Like, we should just kill people. I hate people. It's such a twisted thing. It's so dumbed down. And not all vegans are like that. There's plenty of vegans who are just eating a vegan healthy diet. But it's like the crazy ones are the ones that yell for attention, right? Sad. That's the internet, right? Same thing with the question earlier about the extremes of like keto. It's not that the extremes are where the reality is. It's that that's the loudest wanting attention reality. You get what I'm saying? The truth isn't always screaming in your face. Sometimes the truth is a gentle whisper. The causation says, LOL, statins shrink your brain and destroy your liver, among other things. All right. By Grace Beauty, asking about nuts. Hey, by Grace Beauty. Lovely name. By Grace Beauty. Nuts are fine on a ketogenic diet. There's nothing wrong inherently with nuts on a ketogenic diet. Here's the thing, though. Don't bring a bunch of nuts around with you and snack on them all day, because then you're just snacking in between meals when you want to be losing body fat, if you're doing a ketogenic diet for body fat, which I'm assuming, because most people who are doing it, who've been watching this show, this channel, are doing it for body fat loss. So if you're doing it for body fat loss, you don't want to snack, just like we talked about earlier. So if you're going to have nuts, portion it out in your meals and be done with it. Don't carry them around all the time. Don't eat them in the car on the way to work, all over the place. All right. Let's see. Sup from Chicago, says Freddie. What's up, man? John says, watch the peanuts. Yeah, for some people, the peanuts can't, they got the aflatoxins, stuff like that, and mold contamination. But that doesn't mean all peanuts are bad. And that doesn't mean that everybody needs to avoid peanuts at all costs. This is the thing, right? The extremes catch attention. Well, some people are allergic to dairy, so nobody can have dairy. Dairy kills keto. Dairy is the keto killer. Gluconeogenocide. All right. Let's see. Just started keto diet and need a good fat bomb recipe for white chocolate. Can you recommend one? Why are you doing a ketogenic diet, and why are you using fat bombs? Why do you think a fat bomb is necessary for a ketogenic diet? To maintain ketosis, you know what's required? Cutting carbohydrates low enough. Eating a bunch of fat is not going to make you burn body fat, but if you're trying to find some good recipes to make with chocolate, you can check out, there's some recipes for some nutrient-dense, high-quality chocolates on primaledgehealth.com. So check it out. Search chocolate at primaledgehealth.com. There might be some chocolate recipes. Is there a chocolate recipe in your cookbook? Oh, of course. Yeah. And there's even a chocolate recipe in the cookbook. A really, really good one. I remember which one it is. There's several, but there's one in particular that I'm remembering. So anyways, check out the Ketogenic Edge cookbook. That's available exclusively at primaledgehealth.com. Did you guys hear that thunder? You see how dark it's getting? It's only 3:00 here. It's not nighttime. Spoke too soon about the rainy season ending. All right, let's see. John says white chocolate equals sugar. It doesn't actually have cacao in it. That's not true. The white chocolate, we've got a recipe for a white chocolate thing. You can make white chocolate, use cacao butter. And it doesn't have the cacao powder in it. And it looks like white chocolate. So that's not necessarily true. You don't have to have sugar to make white chocolate. You can use cacao butter and make delicious white chocolate. That's the recipe that Jessica's got. It's like a raw cacao butter recipe. Hey, from New Mexico. Any thoughts on keto rash? Is it histamine intolerance? I'm struggling with this thing. 2 months of ketosis. Lisa, when did that keto rash start? I'm curious. It's something that happens to a few people. It's very few, but to the ones who it happens to, it's real, and it usually passes within a couple weeks. But interesting thing, I don't know what it's from. I don't know if it's histamine. I don't know if it's a fungal imbalance, candida. There's all kinds of theories that people have. I don't know. I'm not going to lie and pretend to know everything. I don't know what it is. It's a mystery. Of course, I've heard of it. Shoot, I mean, the hundreds of clients I work with every year, I don't see it among my clients, which is what's weird, but I see it in the comments sometimes, people asking about it. Strange. Don't know. All right, let's see. Deanna says, I post a lot of your videos. Thank you, Deanna. I have a Facebook keto group too. That's paleo also. Fantastic. I'm sorry for whatever your group is. I'm sure it's legit. What's your keto group, Deanna? I'll join it and maybe look every once in a while, even though I try to stay off of Facebook. Holly Newman says, yes, get the cookbook. Got it for Mother's Day after we fell in love with keto flatbreads. Holly, holla at Holly. Thanks for the shout out, Holly. Thanks so much. Everybody who's been enjoying the cookbook and repping it here in the comments. It's so nice. You guys are awesome. I'm so glad that you find value in it. My wife worked her butt off on that thing. Well, you want to come show them what you're eating? What are you eating? I'm sure everybody's curious. Jessica's eating something. Is Ryder awake?
Yeah, he's fine now.
Okay.
Poking into baskets. I had 2 cans of sardines and...
Can't see anything. She had sardines.
Original.
Original, right?
With some local squash that I roasted with
garlic. Oh, I
garlic.
saw that squash. Roasted squash.
Roasted
garlic squash. That's awesome. All right, go eat somewhere else. I don't like the sound. Thank you. Paradoxical Axiom. What's up, man? You were here last time, weren't you? Dio Neoden, I've seen you. All right. Dio says, ¿Habla bien en español, says Freddy? Sí, hablo español. Yo vivo en Ecuador. Hablo español muchos. Mi vocabulario no es perfecto y mi conjugaciones puede ser muy malo, pero puedo hablar. Dio Neoden says, I'm lean. I got a lot of veins in my arms to the point I feel pressure in my hands, often when it gets warm. Is that bad? Feels weird. Gives you anxiety. It gives you anxiety. Something's probably going on. I don't know. You're super lean. Is it bad? I don't know. If you get sick or so, I always think like when I get really lean, I'm always like thinking, I hope I don't get like a virus or something, get really sick. Because when you get so lean, you don't have much to burn. You know, you get real lean, you get sick, you lose a bunch of muscle, you wither real quickly. Having some fat to burn is kind of like an advantage as far as survival goes. So yeah, I don't know. Hey, so you're also much healthier now. Yeah, you're probably doing fine, man. I mean, I get like all kinds of veins in my hands and arms and stuff. It doesn't bother me. Like, sounds like, I don't know, 11 to 13%. You say that's not bad, man. You're fine. You're all good. What makes you less hungry, fat or protein? Boom. Good question. Protein. Across the board. Protein makes you more hungry. You want to challenge me, then test it out. When you're super hungry, just eat fat. Just guzzle fat. Do a fat bomb. Fat bombs. Want to burn fat? Have a fat bomb. Delicious fat bombs. Don't they sound delicious? Fat bomb. I mean, come on. Have a fat bomb when you're super hungry, and then the next day when you're really hungry, have protein. See which one satisfies more. All right. Great question, my boy Rocco. That's a good one. All right, there was another question I just saw that I liked, and I lost it. About to purchase the cookbook today. Hi, Jessica. Do you guys think that the Peruvian atmosphere keeps your skin young and dewy looking? I see it in the New Orleanians. We're not in Peru. We're 4 hours. We're actually not 4 hours from Peru. We could get there quicker if we had a helicopter. On the road, we're 4 hours from Peru. We're in Ecuador. Do I think that the atmosphere keeps your skin healthy? I think the lifestyle here is very, very beneficial. When you say atmosphere, you could be talking about 100,000 different things. Here's what I will say. Air, much cleaner. Water, much cleaner. Electromagnetic radiation, much less. There's no 5G where we live. You can go places and live places where you don't have any cell phone service. So the atmosphere much cleaner, much more conducive to human health, which would maybe result in better skin. But, actually, I don't know. I mean, if you're saying that you think we have nice looking skin, I think like diet can definitely improve skin, can definitely have a lot to do with that. I seem to get a lot less like pimples and stuff like that on a ketogenic diet. So that could have to do with it. It's so funny. I'm so remiss to ever attribute anything to diet because I hear all these ridiculous people making stupid claims all the time and like trying to sell diet. But what's cool about keto is it actually it sells itself. There's nothing to sell, right? I'm just sharing information with you guys here. Ketogenic diet, I think, can be beneficial for skin. Some people break out though when they first start keto. I don't know what that is. I've seen it. Could just be like toxins flushing out. I don't know, man. I don't know. It could just have to do with not being able to process the fats and your skin's having to push out whatever because your liver's overloaded. Do you use any sunscreen? No. I do not put toxic sunscreen on my skin. I will use things like a hat or clothing for sunblock if I don't need any more sun. Andrew says cell phones are diabolical, worse than TV. It's just so funny to think. Like if you took somebody from 100 years ago and you just transplanted them right now and they saw everyone walking around staring at their little magic black seer stones, completely hypnotized, what would they think is going on? Hey, look, it's amazing. The technology to be able to communicate worldwide instantly, it's awesome. But at the same time, any tool, and this is the thing, this is the duality of life, right? Any tool can be used to create life or destroy it. And, the cell phone thing, we don't have to be using this like 5G technology and stuff like that. We don't have to be disrupting cell metabolism and, creating really, really gnarly effects in the human condition using things like 5G. There's ways to use wireless technology that's not as damaging. For whatever reason, it's not being employed. All right, let's move on. Less people on low carb is facts for me. It's the inflammatory minimization, maybe. Yeah. I mean, but also some people can be eating some foods that they're sensitive to, right? Like they could be sensitive to certain foods and they cut those foods out when they do keto and then their skin gets better. It doesn't always have to be just like, well, keto makes you better. It could be something more subtle going on that keto generally tends to help interrupt. But I definitely agree. Low carb diets seem to help a lot of people with, with that kind of stuff. My boy Rocco says, will it ever be able to purchase your cookbook through Ideal? I don't have a credit card. I don't know what Ideal is. Why don't you just use PayPal? Use PayPal. Anybody can get a PayPal account. It takes 5 minutes to set up. Can keto help pre-diabetes? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? Also, though, it's a lifestyle thing, right? So if you are not getting sufficient sleep, if your circadian rhythm is disrupted, you'll have pre-diabetic blood glucose numbers. They've done the studies. So ketogenic diet, dropping that body fat will make you more insulin sensitive, will make your blood sugar lower, will make you healthier, and the whole process of it, you'll be revamping your life and taking control of your life, taking control of that awesome vessel that you've been given, that you've been blessed with, that most of us have not honored. And that's what gets us overweight and unhealthy and depressed. We're not honoring the blessing of life that we're given. Keto Heroes from Poland. What's up? All right. I'm winding it down, guys. Look how dark it's getting in here. I want to go look at the weather. I don't know what's going to happen. Sounds like it's going to start raining, but I'm going to chill out. Day's coming to an end for me. Staring at a computer is coming to an end for me. And it's been fantastic talking to you guys. We've got a bunch of people watching. I mean, there's 105 people right now watching who are like signed into their accounts and can comment. That's fantastic. I'm honored. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We do our best to provide you with good content to keep it as real as we can while we're, in front of camera and a microphone. When you watch other people on YouTube, understand that too. It's only as real as somebody acts in front of a camera and a microphone knowing they're being watched. It's a fine line to walk. It's hard. So yeah, we like to put out content for you guys. We like to help you guys out and explain things. And we thank you guys for supporting our work. And if you want to support our work, and if you enjoy this, and shoot, if you want something that's an amazing value for getting started with a ketogenic diet, or even if you've been on keto for a long time, as a handbook for mastery in your keto kitchen, the Ketogenic Edge Cookbook, a training manual for low-carb, ketogenic, and paleo cuisine, is available exclusively at primaledgehealth.com. Jessica spent a long time making this book, and it really, really shows. Check out the organ meats section. Check out the sauces section. And the dessert section, there's no artificial sweeteners. We don't put any junk food stuff in there. We actually teach you guys how to make things taste sweet without even adding overt sweeteners. There's an entire section on how to use spices, how to make your keto kitchen. So much ridiculous value in this book. And every single what's it called? Every single recipe. Every single recipe has got macros, and they're all fat loss friendly. And we teach you how to adjust them as well. And we even tell you how to adjust these recipes for members of your family who are not on a ketogenic diet. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. We went so far. We thought of all these little things, and we just want to give you guys something awesome that we would have wanted when we started keto. So thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Like it, share it, do the things that I'm supposed to say that you should do at the end of the video. And enjoy this content. Check out primaledgehealth.com. We'll see you guys next time. If you want to be informed beforehand, we usually send out a newsletter or an announcement to our mailing list. So subscribe to the list. Go to primaledgehealth.com. There's a little sidebar. You can subscribe to our mailing list. We'll send you an email before we do these live events so that you can ask questions. Thank you so much for joining. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the life. Enjoy the blessing of that vessel that you've been given. And make it worth it. Have purpose. primaledgehealth.com. See you guys next time. Peace, YouTube.